Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Today we're training the most RNG class to level 200, the Explorer Pirate class, Corsair. When creating this character I asked Twitch chat, hey, what should we name our character? And Joe and DZN came up with this one, so meet Corsair. We're playing on EU Reboot and have a few link skills and just over 1.6k Legion, so nothing too crazy, but some minor stat boosts here and there. First job Explorer Pirates can still decide where they put their stat points. Strength for punchy boys and dex for shooty boys. And today we're dishing out some freedom, so dex it is. The first thing that we're shooting up is the Golem Temple. First job pirates get a couple of nice passive skills in their first job, like Shadow Heart, which increases their critical rate and critical damage, Bullet Time that increases their speed and jump, and active skills like a double jump and a dash. Pirates can learn the Somersault Kick, which I recommend maxing as your first attack, since you can actually hit multiple monsters with it. But if you want to go for that true gunslinger experience, max double shot first for that long range single target attack. We're staying in Victoria Island this time, training around Pyrian and Ilenia until we reach level 30 in a couple of minutes. And we advance into a gunslinger, now the fun can truly begin. Gunslingers use their massive IQ to come up with new skills, like instead of shooting 2 bullets with double shot, they now shoot an extra bullet and boom, triple shot is born. Seriously, how do they come up with this? It's insane. Corsairs also have many summons, and with the second job advancement complete, we can finally start summoning some stuff. We start off with the Scurvy summons, which summons a random crewmate that will help deal with those landlubbers. Remember when Corsairs were first released and they got a special skill that let them glide in the air and onto that shattered Hennessy's? Well, they still got wings and now it functions as both an up jump and a glide. And with the skill Recoil Shot, they can shoot themselves backwards as well. No lack of mobility for this class. Our main attacking skill for this job advancement is Rapid Blast though, which again actually hits up to 6 enemies. So triple shot is nice, but it's only a single target skill. And as you can already see, we're doing team dungeons again, yay. After this video, there are 3 more classes left before we're done with the Training to 200 series, and then I can finally be free from those freaking team dungeons until Kane is released in July probably. We complete the remaining levels at Wild Boars and unlock the 3rd job advancement. And with the new job advancement comes more summons. We can now summon 2 crew members and a cute little octopus with a freaking minigun, but this is also where the RNG starts kicking in a little bit. Depending on which crewmate is summoned, your damage output is different. Every crewmate has their own damage percentage, and the skill has a cooldown, so it's not like you can exchange them for other crewmates right away. You chose them, so they're yours for the full duration. But the crewmates are still pretty cool though. They will take any status effect that is inflicted upon you, so that's pretty nice of them. By the way, if you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more MapleStory videos. Make sure to hit the bell notification as well so you never miss a video. But speaking of RNG, there also is this classic pirate skill roll of the dice. Depending on the number that you'll get, you roll a buff, like increase HP and MP or more attack power, or bonus EXP if you roll a 6, which is always awesome. In 5th job there is a pirate common skill that will make you lock the dice that you roll, so pirates get an option to choose which dice they will roll in advance. I think that's kinda cheating, but it's still pretty nice to be a pirate, because you can just lock in that EXP buff and you're good to go. Your main attacking skill in the 3rd job advancement is Blunderbuster, which is a nice straightforward mobbing attack, and your passive skill Full Metal Jacket is pretty sweet as well, increasing final damage, critical rate and defense ignored passively. You know what? We are pirates, you are a pirate, we're free to do whatever we want. We're bound by no law, so we're just gonna grind at our regular training spots until we reach level 100. Why deviate from the norm? We unlocked our 4th job advancement, but it feels like Nexon has to give us some additional nostalgic pain. Remember when Corsair's 4th job had a little ship that you could summon and you could ride and you could shoot cannonballs and deal massive damage, like those were its skills? Well, that skill has been gone for a long time, but Nexon still wants to remind you that it was there. Your 4th job instructor has a quiz for you. Answer his questions correctly and he'll give you a freaking pirate ship mount. If only Dark Knight's got like a Dragon Roar effect or something cool like that. And while this mount doesn't actually shoot at anything, it's still a nice nod to old school Corsairs. We use our new 4th job main attacking skill Atelect Easton, which is a giant trigger happy octopus that fires a hefty barrage of bullets. One thing that's nice about this class is that their attacking skills are all very simple. You shoot bullets, be it big bullets or a lot of bullets, you just shoot bullets and they do damage. Nothing else to it. At level 101 we're testing some of our new skills out on Zakum, but he's no match for our octopus army. Make sure to activate a rune before going into normal Zakum and buy a double EXP card from the Legion store if you can. For job, Corsairs go full in on the RNG. Every one of your 4 crewmates that you can summon now has an effect as well, like increasing critical rate or damage, HP or reducing damage taken. The crit rate and crit damage effects are quite massive actually, but again, depends on who you summon. We can now also roll 2 dice at the same time if we're lucky. So it's RNG to roll a dice, but now there's more RNG added because we can roll a separate dice with a small RNG chance. Nice, gotcha. And we get another summon called Broadside. Depending on which crewmate is summoned on the ship, the attack range, speed and damage change as well. And you can have 2 of those active at the same time. So yeah, a lot of RNG involved with this class. Corsairs actually get a ton of 4-job skills. There's Pirate's Revenge, which increases damage taken and increases damage for 45 seconds when attacked with a 40% chance. The buff Jolly Roger increases your attack power, resistances, knockback resistance and reduces your avoidability. The passive skill Majestic Presence adds a final attack to your attacks and increases your mastery and attack power. Your almost full screen attack Nautilus Strike not only deals damage but also cuts the cooldown of all your summoning skills, your dice skills and adds additional final damage to your Majestic Presence final attack skills. That's pretty cool. Usually what you want to do as a Corsair is use up all your summons and roll the dice and then use Nautilus Strike to reduce the cooldown so you can summon another Broadside faster and increase your Majestic Presence damage during its cooldown. So while the attacking skills are very straightforward with this class, you'll need to keep your summons in mind and you'll need to keep using Nautilus Strike to reduce your cooldown. Your summons don't have the longest uptime either, so it's a thing you constantly have to do. But there still are more skills. Corsairs can use the quick draw buff before attacking to deal additional damage, and the skill has a small chance to ready itself on its own. Yay for more RNG. You can also mark monsters by throwing X at them. The attack deals damage and increases your damage against the marked monster. A great skill to use when bossing. I'd say this class is actually not too bad at bossing, and the mobbing is pretty decent as well once your summons start dishing out some actual damage. But there are even more attacks that the Corsair gets in 4th job. There is Brain Scrambler, which deals massive damage, always crits and ignores a portion of the enemy defense, and this skill has only a 5-second cooldown. And of course there is your Hurricane skill Rapid Fire, which is, a Hurricane skill. It's good for bossing. One of your hyper skills is a buff called Whaler's Potion. So when you use this skill, when you drink your sugar water, you're fully healed, damage is reduced, and the skill passively increases your critical rate and resistances. That's some powerful sugar water right there. And then there is Ugly Bomb, which is basically a small nuke with a large hitbox that deals a ton of damage and also only has a 15-second cooldown. More freedom to dish out, hell yeah! Thank goodness for the swimming pool event in the hotel, by the way. I was just doing some coin capping and swimming my way to level 200, I just completely skipped the last few levels. And so we hit 5th job, and boy oh boy is it good to be a 5th job Corsair. All their new skills are basically massive mobbing attacks and most of them are actually great for bossing as well. The one that I find most fun to use when trading is Bullet Barrage. You'll have to hold this skill down, but you can move and jump around with it. And if you mash the attack key, not the skill key but the actual attack key, it will increase in duration as well. This skill is amazing for grinding because there's such a large hitbox, it can just clear the whole screen while moving around. It's pretty powerful stuff. Target lock makes those ship steering wheels appear, and once their monsters are locked on, they're already dead. Activate the skill for massive damage. This skill is also very powerful against bosses and it only has a 30-second cooldown. The skill Death Trigger fires a bouncing shot that will also again deal a ton of damage and hits. If enemies are marked by your egg with parroting, this skill will target that monster first. Another great skill for grinding and some nice burst against boss monsters, and this skill only has a 45-second cooldown. And the final 5th job skill is Nautilus Assault, which not only has an iframe, meaning you are invincible while casting it, the ship deals damage when it's summoned, and the volley also deals a crazy amount of lines. The burst on this class is actually pretty nutty. What do you think about the Corsair? Is the pirate line for you, or are the summons too much work? Let me know in the comments. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels, Coninck, Raar, maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, FLX, Jeff Wang, Pinky Traveler, Terry Kim, Jiju, Galaxy Art, Guzus, Roderiguez, Varees, Ryaiser, Aryu, Sumker, Plux, Zenny, Wiley, Francisco Sousa, History Canon, Backspace, OTI, CMAX, Saphronix, Lonzo, BG Extremes, Harry Gardner, Ido Heimann, Anwar NHI, Brandon, Frank Bouguet, Ziggy Deer, Fine Asian Guy, Mr. Potemkin, Flidiot, Beamer WT, Lars Smits, Edjar, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Sir QQ Morris, and Gummy Bones. If you would like to be mentioned here as well and get early access to new videos, make sure to check out that join button below this video. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!